I never thought I'd be sitting in a filthy airport lounge in Cincinnati, laptop burning my knees, methodically destroying the life of the girl I wanted to make my wife. But when I hit send all, and 247 emails flew out to her parents, friends, and her boss at the bank, I felt nothing but an icy, hollow pit in my stomach. My phone buzzed in my pocket. It was her. And right after, a text from Sarah, her best friend. "You sure you want to see this?" I'd already seen it. An hour ago, through the grimy window of a cafe across from the Hilton, I watched my Jessica hugging some tall guy in an expensive suit. He was kissing her neck, and I was clutching my phone, the one with those 3 photos stored on it. 3 photos she'd sent him a month ago when she was drunk. 3 photos she thought she'd deleted. I hadn't slept in 48 hours. Now, as the first drop of sweat hit the screen, I realized I'd crossed a line. No going back. My name's Michael. I'm 26. Just a regular guy from Ohio. Grew up on Bluegrass Road, where I met Jessica when I was 22. She worked the register at CVS. I hauled boxes at an Amazon warehouse. We rented a studio, maybe 400 square feet, but we were happy. She dreamed of a big wedding, one where her parents wouldn't have to blush in front of the neighbors. I swore I'd do it right. A real ring, a banquet, nice photos. I needed real money, not that $15 an hour crap. My brother hooked me up with a company building hotels in Dubai. They needed hands, loaders, installers. Pay was triple what I made back home, plus housing. Jessica cried the night before I left. She said she'd wait, said 2 years would fly by, that we'd save up for a house, a wedding, a future. That kept me going. Plus, it was my duty. I'm the man. Even though we weren't married, we had no secrets. Shared passwords for everything: email, bank, cloud. We decided that back in month 2. Full trust or nothing. She kept my documents in her safe at home. I knew her card PIN. Seemed like the right thing to do. First 3 months in Dubai were hell, 110-degree heat, dorm outside the city, 12 guys to a room, stifling. I worked 14 hours a day hanging drywall in rooms I'd never afford to sleep in. I called her every night. First via FaceTime, she'd show me our apartment, tell me she missed me. Then the calls got shorter. She was tired. I was tired. 8-hour time difference. When I was crashing out, she was just waking up. But we held on. I wired her half my paycheck every week. She said she was putting it toward the wedding. Said everything was on track. I lived on instant ramen and water from the cooler. Saved every dirham. I used to dream about the smell of her hair. Missed her voice so bad. Being without her was hard. I counted the days. 470 days till I got back. Then 400. Then 300. It started with something small, a weird detail that stuck in my head like a splinter. I woke up on a Saturday. My day off, if you can call it that when you're too wiped out to move. Lying in my bunk, scrolling through my phone, I went into our shared Google Photos account. We'd bought the subscription together to store wedding pics, and it auto-uploaded from her phone. I never really checked it. But that day, don't know why, I looked. Saw a new album, created yesterday, titled For M. My fingers went cold. I opened it up. 3 photos inside. Bathroom mirror selfie. Jessica in this red dress I'd never seen. She looked different. Fake smile, too much makeup. Red lipstick. She never wore red lipstick. Second pic. Her legs in a taxi. Third. A wine glass at some restaurant. Reflection in the glass showed a guy's sleeve, expensive suit, Rolex. I sat there staring at those photos for 20 minutes, heart hammering in my temples. I texted her, "Hey babe, what'd you do yesterday?" She hit me back 4 hours later. "Just stayed home, watched Netflix. Missed you. Asterisk." I opened the photos again. Timestamp, yesterday 9 p.m. She lied. First time in 5 years. I lost my shit. You know that feeling where you want to jump on a plane right that second so you can see everything with your own eyes? But I couldn't. We were thousands of miles apart. Jesus, the stress was killing me. I started looking for excuses, running through our conversations, trying to justify it. For a second, I even convinced myself it was just a business meeting. Next week, I asked Sarah to meet up with Jessica, told her I wanted to send flowers as a surprise, but didn't know the address. Jessica had told me a month ago she'd moved to her mom's place while they renovated. Sarah took forever to reply. Then she wrote, "She's not at her mom's, Michael. She's renting on Baker Street. Since month 4. I read that text 10 times. Baker Street. That's the expensive part of town. $1,200 a month minimum. Where's she getting that money? I was sending her cash for the wedding. For her mom. For her teeth." I started digging. Got into her email. We had the passwords, remember? In the sent folder, I found an email from her to some guy. No subject. 3 attachments. The same photos. Red dress. Legs. The glass. I opened the thread. One message from her sent at 3 a.m., 3 weeks ago, when I was on the night shift. "Sorry. Sent to wrong person. Please delete. I'm a drunk idiot." And his reply. "Already deleted. Don't worry. Sleep tight. Beautiful." I stared at that screen. The world shrank to the size of my phone. I remembered that night. She called me crying, said she missed me, that she loved me. And then, right after hanging up with me, she'd sent those photos to someone else. I took screenshots, saved them to my phone. Sarah started texting me more. Every day. Morning. "How you holding up?" Evening. "Hang in there." She sent pics from back home. Autumn leaves on Bluegrass Road, our pizza joint. She wrote that Jessica had changed. Got proud. Wearing expensive new stuff she could never afford before. Quit CVS. Told everyone she'd married a foreigner and lived off his money. Reading that, I felt something crack inside, like the ground was giving out. Then why the hell was I here? I checked the bank statements in our shared email. She was withdrawing cash every week, $500, $1,000, buying stuff at Nordstrom, and I was eating dollar store rice. I texted her, "Babe, how are our savings? Thinking about flying home early to surprise you." She wrote back, "You can't. You'll lose money on the change fee. Better save up and come when we planned. I'm here. Everything's under control. Mom's sick. I'm helping her. Not much money left." I called her mom. Old number she didn't know I still had. "Hey, Martha. It's Michael. How you doing?" She sounded surprised. Said she hadn't seen Jessica in 3 weeks. That she'd moved in with some rich friend. Only texted her on her birthday. I hung up. Then it hit me. I wasn't just a fool. I was a sponsor. An investor in someone else's luxury. Then I got the letter from the bank. Notice of a loan. 20 grand. In my name. 3 days ago. Online. With my info. With my digital signature. I jumped up. Called the bank. They checked. Yeah. It went through. Money transferred to Jessica's account. She'd taken out a loan in my name using my passport. The one I'd left with her just in case before I left. I was shaking. Not from fear. From rage. I opened her email again. Found the thread with the bank. She wrote, "Michael approves. He's abroad. I'm his authorized representative." Attached a photo of my passport. I sat there staring at the screen. Sarah texted, "You see?" Me. "Yeah." Her. "Now you get it?" I got it. The bottom had dropped out. I was lying in the dirt underneath, and concrete was pouring down on top of me. Sarah suggested we meet, said she was coming to Dubai in a week, some tour with her girlfriends, but wanted to talk to me. Alone. I agreed. Didn't care anymore. We met at a cafe by the waterfront. Sarah was different. Not that always laughing girl from our high school photos. She was serious and sad. She said she'd loved me for a long time. Kept quiet because friendship meant more. But now, seeing what was happening, she couldn't stay quiet. She showed me a photo on her phone. Jessica and him on a yacht in Miami 3 weeks ago. I thought she was at her mom's getting a tooth fixed. She was in Miami on a yacht. In my pocket was a $3,000 ring, everything I'd saved. I felt something turn over inside me. Not pain, pure, concentrated rage. Sarah offered a plan. I had access to her email, the cloud password. There was evidence there. Sarah said, "If everyone knows who she really is, she won't get a penny. No support, she'll be left with nothing. Like you are now." Asterisk. I hesitated, though looking back, I realize I'd already decided. I didn't sleep for 3 days. Every night rereading her emails, looking at the photos, counting the money. $35,000. That was everything. My 2 years of hell. And then, the final blow. Jessica texted me, "Babe, I need $3,000 ASAP. Mom's in the hospital. I'm desperate." I checked Instagram through a fake account. They were in Geneva. She was lying in a spa, him massaging her feet. And she's texting me about a hospital. I wrote back, "Of course, babe. Everything's gonna be fine. I'll send it in an hour." Asterisk. I didn't send shit. I sat down at my laptop, opened her email, found those 3 photos. The ones she sent when she was drunk, where she was wearing almost nothing. I remembered that night. She called me crying, said she accidentally sent photos to her boss, that she was embarrassed. I comforted her. But she didn't just call me. I created a mailing list. Every contact in her address book. Parents, brother, co-workers, friends. I attached the photos, wrote the message. "Hey everyone, it's me, the real Jessica. The one who takes money from one guy to sleep with another." Enjoy the view. My finger hovered over the button. I knew if I clicked it was over. Not her life, but the life she'd built. Her reputation, her job, everything. I thought about the loan. Miami. Mom's in the hospital. I clicked. Silence at first. Then my phone started exploding. "Jessica, what the hell? You get hacked." Mom's crying. I looked at the screen. I was ecstatic. Yeah, seriously. I was pretty damn proud of myself. Sarah texted, "You did it?" Me. Yeah. She sent a heart emoji. "Now you're free. We can be together." I stared at those words. We can be together. And suddenly I got it. Sarah wanted this from the very beginning. She wasn't saving me. She used me to destroy her friend. She knew about the loan. She knew about the photos. She could have told me earlier, but she waited for the right moment. No point staying at that job. Bought a ticket that same day. I was sitting in the airport at 5 in the morning. Flight to Cincinnati in 2 hours. Left the ring on the nightstand in the dorm, which seems stupid now, all sentimental. I'm the victim. Crap. My phone was blowing up. Messages from Jessica. First, "How could you?" Then, "I'm going to destroy you." Then, "Please delete it. My parents are in the hospital. Dad had a heart attack, but I didn't give a damn. Just ignored her. She's a bitch. She used me." Then the phone rang. Martha, Jessica's mom. I answered. She was crying. She said, Michael, forgive her. She's pregnant. 3 months. She didn't know how to tell you. She was scared. He told her he'd leave her if she kept the baby. She's crazy. But the baby, it's yours. She told me. It's your child. Asterisk. I froze. I remembered her tears during that last call. Her shaky voice. I thought she was just missing me. But she was scared. She was asking for money, not for dresses, but for doctors, for tests. She was hiding because she was confused, because she got pregnant by me the week before I left. Then, in a panic, alone, she found someone who promised to fix things. Promised money for an abortion or for living expenses. Promised the kind of care I couldn't give from halfway around the world. And I sent her photos to the whole damn world. Destroyed her in front of her parents. Her job. I destroyed the mother of my child. I walked out of the terminal, sat down on the floor, buried my face in my hands. Sarah was texting that she'd meet me at the Ohio airport, that we'd start over. And you know what really gets me? Sarah knew. She knew everything. She had a perfect plan. I looked at the runway, realized I couldn't fly home, couldn't stay there either, stuck in between. At the point of no return that I created myself, I took out my phone, opened the gallery. 3 photos, 3 bullets. I didn't delete them. I deserve to carry this for life. So here's my question to you guys. I'm sitting in some hotel on the outskirts of Dubai right now. Spent my last cash on the room. I don't know if I should fly home. I don't know if there's any forgiveness after this. I destroyed the mother of my child in front of the whole world. Did it thinking I was defending my honor. But I just finished off someone who was desperate. Would you forgive? Would you go back? Or would you wash it all away and start a new life, pretending none of this happened? Seriously, what would you do in my shoes? Because I'm sitting here, and I don't know how to keep breathing.